Donald Trump ran as the peace president, the anti-war president. No new wars, end the chaos, America first, peace, and all of that stuff. That was the promise. But we have explosive new reporting that Trump is now dangerously close to launching a major war in the Middle East, maybe as soon as this weekend, because he is growing frustrated with the stalled nuclear negotiations with Iran. Now, before we get into what allies are saying, what advisors are saying, I just want to bring up that Donald Trump is up against his State of the Union address on Tuesday. I will be covering it live. I hope you will join me on YouTube and other platforms. It doesn't seem particularly far-fetched to think that Trump is trying to figure out how can he deliver this speech under circumstances where he will look better. And it's conceivable that Trump likes the idea of showing up as the big boy, the big strong alpha war president. Democrats and Republicans both must respect the war president. They must stand and clap and cheer for the war president. And by the way, wouldn't it be nice if that took attention away from the fact that Trump hasn't lowered prices, he hasn't solved immigration, he hasn't solved trade or any of it. Now, I am not suggesting that Trump's only interest in going to war with Iran is to have something to talk about next Tuesday at the State of the Union. By no means. I think this is something Trump has been considering and thinking about for a while now. But the specific timing of saying maybe what the perfect thing for Trump would be, let's do it Saturday so it doesn't spook the stock market and send it into a tailspin instantly. And it gives me the framing that I can show up to the State of the Union as the big, strong war president. I don't know, just floating it. Now, let's go into the details of what is being suggested here. Sources are warning that this attack on Iran could be broad, prolonged, and would destabilize the entire region. Trump is already deploying massive military force, including multiple warships, an aircraft carrier, hundreds of fighter jets, and this seems like more than just bluster. This is a real escalation, and the contradiction from how Trump ran is staggering. This is a guy who said we will end foreign conflicts, and now he may be pushing the United States into a massive Middle East war. Now, here's a thought. It would really be nice if we had a Congress, Republicans and Democrats, that was truly fed up with Trump being dangerously close to unleashing war, because that's actually their job. Congress exists to check executive power, especially when it comes to war powers. The Constitution doesn't give one person unlimited authority to do whatever they want, to drag the country into yet another conflict because he's frustrated about negotiations. If you believe in the Constitution, not as a slogan, not we are constitutional conservatives, if you actually believe in the substance of the Constitution, then you have to hold leadership to constitutional standards. Where is the oversight if Trump bombs Iran 48 hours from now? Where is even the urgency? I thought we were just told that Trump shut down all of Iran's nuclear capability and bombed it and destroyed it just a few months ago. And all of a sudden, this is where we are. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So we're seeing decision-making driven by impulse, frustration, and personal ambition. That's what this is. We're seeing huge military action treated like leverage in a negotiation. Well, you don't want to negotiate? Maybe we'll unleash a new war. I thought you were the anti-war president. The Constitution was designed to prevent this. And this is a much bigger problem than one person. Trump is a problem right now. And the lack of restraint and oversight onto Trump is a problem right now. But the theme is that if leaders repeatedly fail to exact, or to maybe better said, to put in place, to exercise is the word I'm looking for, oversight, if they don't check power when it really matters, which is now, then the system starts to break down. And at some point, voters are justified in asking whether the people in charge are actually qualified to hold the offices that they occupy. Trump isn't, but what about everybody else? That's just basic accountability. Now, if we look at history, leaders under pressure often will turn inward. Foreign conflict becomes a distraction. It becomes a projection of strength, a way to try to force unity at home. And history has shown us this pattern many times. That's why this is so dangerous. War in the Middle East is not abstract. It is concrete. instability, death, destruction, global economic shock, American lives at risk, consequences that could last generations. Trump said, I'm the only person who can keep and grow peace. And we have institutions designed to stop reckless decisions. And it's not completely clear that they are ready to act. So we have question 1, what will Trump do next? Question 2, when will he do it? Question 3, why will he do it? But maybe the most important question is the system that is meant to restrain power functioning? Is it going to do anything to restrict Trump? We'll have more on this on our podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube rather than listening to the podcast, make sure that you subscribe to free and rate the audio podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It costs nothing. It helps us, and you get the full 1-hour show every single day in your podcast app. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for this next video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you actually see our uploads. You can also catch the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.